Hey guys, for those of you that are just watching this part, I did a part one. It wasn't supposed to be in two parts. My computer fan started to go crazy, so I looked up what to do. I think actually it might have been some dust in the fan, so I just used some air to get some of that out. So yeah, I think my computer was either overheating or it was just the fan. I think it was the fan, so I just used air to get some of that dust out. So I was on eliminate negativity number 5. I think I basically said what I wanted to say for that, but just to kind of recap, negativity can be people, places, things, your own thoughts, your own self. Obviously, having that in your life, you want to keep that out separate. You're going to be negative at some point. You're going to have negative thoughts. That's just a part of life. But at the end of the day, it's always better to have a more optimistic viewpoint and to be more positive. Number 6, stop searching. Now, you could be searching for anything. This could be a metaphoric thing, or this could be a physical thing. What I find typically in my life, and this can be different for everybody, I found when I was younger especially, I felt like I was always searching for that one person, that love. When I was younger, I used to really, like, if I liked someone for a very long time. Like the guy I liked this guy my freshman year of high school. I liked him from day one. The first time he stepped foot into our biology class, I just had to know his name. I had to know him. And I liked him for almost 6 years. That's a really long time to like someone and not date someone. And I just kind of had this fantasy around it. And it was kind of similar when I was a freshman in college. I still liked that guy from high school and I was still in contact with him. But this guy in college, you guys, if you've seen my 2 unrequited love videos, well, I have 3, but 2 of them are about the 2 guys. But in this situation, I liked this other guy who was quite a bit older than me. I was 19, he was 27. So it was quite a huge age gap, especially when you're a teenager and liking someone that is that much older than you. Anyways, the reason why I bring that one up as well is I really loved the idea of him and who he was and all of this stuff. And I always find myself constantly searching for love, that person. And I don't really see that anymore. But, that might be my thing where I search for that one person. But this could apply to anything. Maybe you're searching for happiness. Maybe you're searching for success, searching for, some type of void that you're trying to fill. You have to fill yourself up before, certain things enter your life. For me, when it came to searching for guys, searching for that person, I have a bad tendency of loving the idea of love, but not loving, the person that I'm with. And not in a mean way. This is not saying that I don't love the people that I'm with and stuff, but it's there's a difference between loving the idea of something versus actually liking the person that you're with. For me, again, that's what I was searching for. I don't think I really do that anymore. I don't really search for those kind of things, but maybe you do. or maybe there's other things that you're searching for. You need to stop searching and just realize that you're enough. Your situation's enough. If you're looking for a situation, a person, a idea, whatever it is, you can make things happen for yourself, and you don't need someone else or something else to fill you up. You're enough on your own. I always think that improving yourself, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, want certain experience or want certain jobs or want certain people. But you don't need to search for it, especially when it comes to a job, you have to actively go out there. But when it comes to friends or a romantic partner, whatever that is, you can join dating apps, you can join friendship things, you can meet up with people, but you can't always be on the hunt for something. Because also when you're constantly on the search, you're constantly on the hunt, and again, this doesn't mean just people, you'll find yourself like easily getting bored of situations and wanting to move on to the bigger, better thing. But when you move on to the bigger, better thing, who's to say you're even going to like that thing? Who's to say you're going to even like that person? Or maybe you'll get bored of that too. You have to be able to have fulfillment in your own right and not always seek it elsewhere. Okay, so number 7, connect and engage. Now this kind of goes into everything that I was talking about previously, but connecting and engaging is one of the biggest things you can do in life. I believe that everybody is connected in some way, every single thing. Between this stool that I'm sitting on and the person that's living in India or living in Germany or, my neighbor, we're all connected in some manner. You might think, oh, what are you talking about? But I believe that energy flows, between us all, and we can choose to have negative energy. We can choose to be disgruntled about everything and have a pessimistic attitude. But at the end of the day, you have to connect to the fact that we are all connected, and we should engage in that. Going out and meeting people, doing things like YouTube, where you're talking to people, even if it's someone across the country or wherever it is. Like, this is something I really love about YouTube, is it's personal enough that you can actually interact with people, and you don't know who you're going to inspire or whose life you're going to improve by being in it. And you're not going to always improve everybody's life. You're not always going to inspire everyone. And some people are going to hate you, and some people are going to just despise you for whatever it is. When it comes to me, maybe they hate my face, or maybe they hate my personality, or maybe they think my hair is ugly. Whatever it is, it can be, a deep thing or a superficial thing. But just know that, like, being mean, being, insincere, being fake, whatever it is, you're ultimately hurting yourself. And that's why I think it is so important to engage and connect with people, because you don't know people. People tend to show a very shallow version of themselves. They show what they want other people to see, what they want other people to interpret about themselves, and they don't always show who they truly are. And you're never going to know someone fully. It's even hard to even know yourself fully. But connecting and engaging with others, and sharing your story and letting other people into your life and vice versa, you're going to get a different perspective on the world. And maybe things that are foreign to you will become familiar. And I think there's so much power with that. And not only do you meet people and you share experiences, but you also have a connection. And maybe that's a fleeting connection. But think that that can still cause a spark. I think that can cause a chain reaction. And I think, positive connections and positive engagement, even the smallest degree, like for me, even though, I have over 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and I'm so, amazed by that. I'm so blessed by that. I understand that I'm, such a small little grain of rice in this universe, in this world. But even knowing that I have, a pretty small platform, maybe you have a smaller platform, maybe you have a bigger platform. At the end of the day, it doesn't take, you don't have to move the entire ocean. You don't have to move mountains. You can just move someone. You can connect with someone. You can engage with someone else, and that could positively influence them. You don't know when, a simple compliment on the street could be the difference between someone living or dying. Why am I getting emotional from that? I'm such a baby. I just, as someone who has gone through depression, who has, been away from the world in some degree at some points in my life, and not feeling connected, feeling a loss of connectiveness. You don't know who will help you, who will save you, who will inspire you. And you don't know who you're going to help, who you're going to save, who you're going to inspire. So it's so important to connect. It's so important to engage with the world, even if you think you're worthless. You're not. Nobody's worthless in this world. Yeah, so I didn't actually cry. I obviously just teared up, but such a little baby. Anyways, number 8, be more present and be more mindful. Now, this can be, again, a physical or mental thing or emotional thing. So this is something, I admire so much about sensors. And I often think, and I've said this before, it's so silly that, there's such a weird stigma behind sensors, because sensors, I feel like, have an advantage of being able to be more present in a lot of situations. You're more into the physical world. You're more into the here and now. And I think there's something so freeing about that, because oftentimes I find myself, and I know so many of you find ourselves looking towards the future, looking towards the past, hoping for certain things. Like 2019, when people think of resolutions, they think of, oh, this is what's going to happen in the future. You don't know if you're going to live to see tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to have that next 30 years you thought you were going to have. You don't know if you're going to have a year. And that's a little bit morbid, but it's the truth. This is such a finite experience. And when you're more, I'm getting emotional again. Being present is freedom. You're able to really live in the moment and appreciate the moment, because the present is all we have. And I know I look stupid for crying right now, and I know people have said this so many times, but it's so important, because you're gonna look back on your life and you're gonna be like, I was so this, or I was so that back then. I wish I was more this way. And now, and maybe you won't always be that way. Maybe you're gonna be better with where you are at this moment. But I know I find myself looking back and being like, oh, this was such an awesome moment in my life, or something like that. But the kicker is, in that moment, I probably wasn't all there. I probably wasn't completely present, and I probably was thinking about, oh, what am I going to be doing when I'm 25? Here I am, 25 years old. I do love my life, and it's not perfect, and I'm trying to improve. And I think this goes for everybody. Like, sometimes we have to do things to help us be present. Like, maybe meditation, maybe it's just having your alone time. I said this in the part 1, but this is the first time in 6 months that I've actually been alone. Had a couple of days by myself because my mom's out of town and I'm not with other people. I have my cat. All right, my fan's doing it again. I think it might be a storage thing too. I'm sorry, guys, for the fan. I need to probably work on my storage, and it probably has to do with, there might be something that's in there. I probably have overworked my computer. I might have to, I don't know. But I'm gonna try to keep on trucking on and finish this. Hopefully it doesn't hurt my computer too much. Now, number 9 is allow yourself to fail. When you allow yourself to fail, there's a freedom in that. You don't always have to succeed. You don't always have to be perfect. Now, I know many of us, extroverts, introverts, whatever you are, we tend to want to be perfect in our lives. We want to, do it right the first time, or be able to say, hey, look at my success, or look at what I've achieved. And you're gonna fail. There's many times that I've failed. I failed at so many things, both physically, mentally. And I don't see it as defeat. I see it as a learning experience. I see it as something that will help me in the long run. And I hate this. I think there might be a storage related issue or some type of thing. Here, let me try something. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Here, let me see. Do you guys know? I know I asked before. I didn't look at the whole comments, but do you guys know what's going on? I have a MacBook Pro 2016. Clicking thing. Okay, well, unfortunately, I think I should probably, I'll just say what the other ones are. Well, I guess there's only one more. So 10 is allow yourself to be the best version of yourself. Let yourself, your own light shine. Now, this is another thing, kind of putting your dreams first, as I said in part 1. we oftentimes don't want to uplift ourselves. We're afraid that people are going to see us as self-possessed or egotistical or narcissistic, whatever it is. You know, narcissism is a real thing, and that's a real disorder. But if you're just a person that doesn't have that, and you know, maybe you feel confident, or maybe you feel good about something, there's times where people feel like they have to dim their light instead of shining their light bright. Because whatever it is, maybe it's people around them that want them to dim their light. Maybe they feel insecure about you. Maybe it's your own self and you feel you're afraid. I'm not, you know, I don't know what your situation is, and everybody's going to be different, and everybody has different strengths, different weaknesses, but no matter what it is, no matter what your thing is, whatever you have to bring to this world, whatever strength you have, whatever gift you have, you need to let it shine, let it out, because people are going to be inspired from that. And it might not be everybody. Again, not everybody's going to care about you. Not everybody's going to give a shit. But doing those things, you know, if you're an artist, put your art out there. If you're a singer, if you're a philosopher, a physicist, a, you know, engineer, whatever it is, whatever the gift is, shine it out. Put it on YouTube, put it online, tell your friends about it. And don't let people try to dim your light. Don't let people try to tell you, oh, you're so self-possessed, you're so into yourself, oh, look at you. Because there's going to be people that say that. I know people have said that about me for even having this channel, like, which I think is so silly. It's like, oh, I think, you know, I can tell that Emily is really into herself. I'm glad you think that, people, because I'm not into myself. I'm not, you know, an egotistical person. I oftentimes think of others way before I think of myself. And yes, I have made a conscious effort to try to be more selfish, but I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, I want people to see me as someone that is confident, someone that wants to improve themselves, someone that wants to inspire people. And yeah, people might think that about me, and they may think about that about you. But at the end of the day, I don't care what your situation is. If you're doing something positive for this world and you're trying to make a difference and you're trying to help people, and people are telling you that you're whatever, and you have this gift, you have whatever it is, you may not even be the best at it. Oftentimes you're not going to be the best at something. I'm definitely not the best YouTuber out there, but I'm going to try my hardest, and I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to, try to make a difference, even if it's a small difference, even if it's something that most people don't care about. I know most people aren't really that interested in MBTI. But I'm going to do my best to try to promote, certain things and try to help people and have a platform where people start understanding, themselves and also feel connected, because I know how it feels to be lonely. I know how it feels to feel uninspired, to feel like, nobody's there for you. Nobody cares about you. People do care. Maybe it's not the people that are in your immediate surroundings. Maybe it's someone across the world. Maybe it's me. I don't know, who it is, but I personally am doing this because I want to inspire people. I want people to feel connected. And, that could be whatever you want for yourself. That could be whatever your light is. And it doesn't have to just be one thing. Do your best. Put yourself out there. Don't feel like you have to dumb yourself down. Don't feel like you have to try less or whatever it is. Try more, do more, and expose yourself. And it might be scary. You might be afraid. You may not like the spotlight. I don't always like the spotlight either. I don't always like to be the center of attention. It makes me very uncomfortable. But I've had to get over certain things, especially on YouTube. I've had to grow tougher skin, thicker skin. All right, this computer sounds like it's going crazy. So I'm going to go. And I hope that both of these parts were helpful for you guys. And I love you guys. And I hope if I don't talk to you guys before 2019, I hope you have a phenomenal new year. And I hope that everybody watching this has the best year 2019 of your life. And you're able to do things that scare you, to engage you, that push you to another level that you've never been to before. All right, well, Claire, would you like to say goodbye? Great. Claire says byes. I love you guys. Bye.